Mike Jones here with Ken's got a brand new show for you. Kenny and I, my brother, own this store in Macon and another store in Warner Robinson since 1978. We've been serving you all the electronics goodies, plus Middle Georgia's only in-store tech support. You're going to love this show. Let's stay inside and check it all out. All right, at our Macon and our Warner Robins store, we have two booths that look just alike, and I do this once a month just to kind of give you an idea what we have on sale, what we have in stock, kind of like that, because you guys allow us to do a lot of cars now, and boats, and we got two buses back there right now, and ATVs. But anyway, we're totally blessed by you to have a job. Thank you for that. Let's move to what we have now. The new Alpine speakers called Type R. Let's go this way right here. These are absolutely fantastic. Type R speakers have always been about $350. The new versions, like 23 models, I love it that they got away from the neodymium magnet, got a big fat magnet because it holds a ton of power, 250 watts of power. I love the new grill. Of course, if you have a factory door panel, all this goes away and it fits right behind it. Silk dome tweeter, fantastic amount. I'm gonna give you just a little demo. You got to hear the sound quality of this thing is just spot on the money. Lots of good clarity. And what they've done is they've given them more efficiency, so it takes less power to get more volume, but they still hold a lot of power. Just flawless. This, when you go from here to here, this is the component set, so now my tweeter can be separated. A lot of times they'll have a tweeter in the dash on your vehicle. We can go up there and this goes in the door. And let me answer that. Let me turn this down just a tad bit for you. And something else that's very cool is they now have a three-way component system, because a lot of vehicles come with three-way, or you'll let us build it out. It actually comes with a tweeter, it comes with a mid-range and a mid-bass woofer and crossover networks, and those are in stock as well. So Alpine has Type S and Type R, and they both are amazing, all the way down to like $129 for a pair and up. If you kind of get into that and you say, hey, well, what is my next step? We're going to talk about Sony Mobile ES, and I'll show you this new display we just got. This we picked up when we were in Vegas, and we have one in each store. And this just gives you an idea of who they are. Floating radios, 10-inch, touch screens in the middle. Of course, the Sony ES amplifiers. They have humongous warranties built into their product. We are Sony Mobile ES dealer. They're going to make tweets, mids, mid-bass, and of course, subwoofers. And we are fixing to build two demo vehicles that are going to have all Sony Mobile ES front to back. So that's kind of another way to do it. So when you come in here into Macon and Warner Robins, all of these are on display, whether you like Alpine or DS18 or JO Audio, or here's Sony Mobile ES, and their quality. I was just telling David, the guy that's filming me right now, the stuff about the Sony Mobile ES is the stuff don't break. It is unbelievable how people hardly play this stuff, and we just don't have issues on the quality side. Flipping it back down to here, in the head unit world, as you see, I got single DINs back for you old school guys, Monte Carlos, the Camaros, for older F-150s, single DIN AM, FM, thumb drive input, and Bluetooth. Very, very nice, $200, really, really good deal. This Alpine, people have been begging for this right here. This is called the Alpine 407, $600, and it has wireless CarPlay, Android Auto, backup camera input. It has a 200-watt amplifier built into it, and an equalizer, which is really, I love the EQs. This is what we're using right now, one of those popular radios that we sell. This is the Sony 4000 ES, and it has wireless CarPlay, so you don't have to have a wire to connect it, or you can use the wire for charging, but it has unbelievable sound quality, and I like that the screen has no glare. It literally has no glare. You can kind of tell if you look at it here. The other thing we finally got back in, I'm trying not to get too long-winded on you, is this right here. This is the flip out. This is something you guys are constantly asking about, and it just gives us a tremendous amount of touchscreen built in. This is for you folks that have the single DIN, but you want to have the screen. It also has a backup camera input as well. Now, if you say, hey, I've got this big, giant, dash, honking radio Chevrolet truck, that's where these come into play, which are our floating radios. They're going to be 8-inch, 9-inch, and 10-inch, and they're all touchscreen as well. So when you come in to Macon and Warner Robins, we got a slew, I'm using the word slew, a slew of radios for you to choose from. And here's the deal, here's what you gotta know. If it fits in your factory location, speakers, right? No matter tweeters, mid-range, 6x9s, if it fits in your factory location, there is no labor. That's since 1978. Zero labor on everything that fits in place. If you want custom, like I've been talking about, we've got many, many projects back there right now for custom. You come in and get with these brainiacs, and they will literally draw out your dreams. I'm gonna cut over to an Integra in just a minute. We're really so close to getting down to Integra, but it literally is about 20,000 watts completely walled off, and you're going, people right now are going, that's just nuts. It's not if you love some freaking music, it's not. So we're going to see that here in just a minute. We had to dynamite the whole car so it wouldn't come apart with all that power. But that is what we do. You know, we do a radio. We do 2 speakers, you know, in an F-150. We do, and then we do full-on custom and make every bit of your dreams for car audio to come true. So in Macon, in Warner Robins, this is what we do. All right, in the arena of flat panels, which, you know, televisions is what they are. So since 1978, we've always carried the best brands in the business. As of right now today, it's Sony and it's Samsung, and that's who we put all of our inventory into, because they will back us up when there's a problem. So if there's a problem, we can call them and get it taken care of. That means a lot, because a lot of people go into that .com, and when it breaks, what do you got to do? Now you go through all that crazy mess. With us, we have our own tech support. You've seen a cutaway of our tech support right now. We have a whole other building dedicated just to repairing products. Now, putting that out there, this is a very, very big deal. We are a diamond dealer for Sony. This is 2022. We've had this many, many years in a row, and this is a humongous award for us to get. The fact that we are a family-owned business that has this means a lot. Just to give you that, we've also been with Sony for over 4 decades. Now, Samsung has been a part of us for about 2 decades, and we're going to be able to carry anywhere from like 32s all the way up to 85s and 86s, and now we can also get a 98 and a 100 inch. Now, and you're going, golly, on 98, will it fit? Well, it might not, but here's my phone number, and let me come out there, and we will do you may need a mantle mount, which you're seeing a cutaway right now. In the mantle mount is the TV that'll pull down in front of your fireplace when you're too high on the wall. But it may be just, hey, I need a TV, or I need a TV and a sound bar, or I need a full theater. All of that applies, and that's why me or one of the brainiacs will come out to your house and choose those products for you, because we have what? On-site service. That's a big deal. So the price is going to be right. I mean, if it's their price, it's our price, but we have service. So best brands in the business, plus tech support, plus we're an awarded dealer. And the reason I tell you that is this is not a boasting thing. It's because I want you to know this is because of you. We get to work for you, and it shows in the way that we serve you. So there's my phone number one time. Call me. The estimate is free. This is what we do. All right, in the arena of I love bass, that is where Sundown Audio comes into play. We carry it at both of our locations, but look at this mama right here. This is an 18-inch. Most of their subwoofers will go anywhere from 1,000 to 6,000 watts of power. This is also beautiful. Also, when you have an 18, look how small a 15-inch woofer looks. Look at that mammoth right there. That's going to be 2,000 watts per coil, and then you have to see this. This will absolutely blow your mind. This is going to be about 5,000 watts of power. And look at that thing. I can't even hardly hold this thing up. This is absolutely amazing. If you're a bass head and you're saying, I want my bass, Sundown Audio is in stock, and it will absolutely. We did a vehicle that I listened to not even just 2 days ago with one Sundown Audio 15 in it, and I literally could feel my eyes tearing up. So if you're the tearing up kind of bass guy, Sundown Audio is in stock. This is what we do. All right, we are in Monroe County. Look at the size of this building, and we are about to make it safe and secure. This is what we do. Let's get inside and check it all out. Now we're inside. It's kind of, I always say, the belly of the beast. When you're dealing with a building that is this big, you have to have a lot of cameras. You have to have a lot of view. You have to have a camera that will do, not just 50 feet, but 125 feet if it needs to, or 10 feet if it needs to. It needs to be able to go 108 or 138 degrees. It needs to be able to do day and night vision. And in these buildings, we also have audio and video on every camera. So they literally are locked down and safe and secure. The idea behind that is I come out, you're going to see my phone number come up right here. I come out and we walk off it doesn't matter what size, was 2 cameras or 30 cameras. We walk the whole site off, and then we literally find out where you need most of your interest in, and then we think about the things that we might miss in the case of an accident or whatever the things happen. So bad guys do happen, bad gals do happen in time. Here is our grid, as you see. Now we still have some empty spots if we decide to add more later, and I'm going to show you spots where there's no people just for privacy. But I just want you to get an idea. Wait till you see this clarity. This is going to mess with you. I mean, look at that. I can see the shine on the floor. I can see the door, light. Anything that happens in this foyer area, we have a perfect view, even this first part of the stairs. Let me show you something else. Look at this. We want to be able to see the street. We need to see the perimeter of the vehicle. I can see all the way to the end of the street. That's where the end of the street is. I can see the difference in these cars. I can see if it's a Kia, if it's a Nissan, if it's a Ford. Everything I need to see that happens, including my sidewalk and my AC, which this is a very important part of the grid. And that's just one of 30 vision. Here we go, right? Check this out. You want to see down here, we've got to be able to see entrances. Right here I got a door here, and a door here. I've got that seen, and I still have audio and video. Let me go back. I'm trying to make sure I keep it in the privacy side of it. Look at this. Here's another street view. Check this out. I can see boom, boom, boom. And this camera overlaps the one we saw over there. The reason that is most of the time when you do it, they want to have 2 or 3 views of the accident or the bad girl or the bad guy that's doing whatever bad things that they're doing. Check this out. Wonderful view here. Parking. Here's our handicap access. Car. You can even read the logo on the van. We're talking, there's 130 feet between here and there. But you can still read the logo on the van because these things are 8 megapixel with a day-night vision filter. The idea is all of these are recording 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. With this, you're seeing cutaways of some of the cameras throughout the building right now. The idea behind that is they're not gigantic like this. Like a lot of times you see those big old giant cameras, but they have all the effective of those old school cameras and then 10 times the resolution. The idea is we service them on site. The blessing of being able to work up here in Monroe counties, we've done multiple buildings for them. The reason that is we do the service on site. You're not down. We understand how important security is. Another blessing of this is, I'm sure you've seen a cutaway of it on the phone right now, is they can link all their facilities together to be able to view if you have to have them at the jail or the courthouse or board of commissioners, or if it's your doctor's office in Warner Robins, your doctor's office in Macon, or if you have 2 homes or 3 homes, or if you said I have 1 home, but I stay gone all the time. With that, you can view them anytime, and you can link all these together to make sure you stay connected with your investment or whatever you are responsible for. Let me show you just a couple more here. This is a drive-through area. As you see, you can come through. When this is the window, I can see their face. I know what's going on. And the blessing of that is, guess what? I can see when they leave. I can see when they come. I can get a tag number. It really is an absolute blessing when you look at it for a second. This is a door that employees can go in, kind of a smoker's area or a pass area. You can even see the keypad on there. Let me pull this up right here. Check this out. This is ridiculous. There's my keypad. There's my doors. Anything that comes in here. This is just an amazing view to be able to get in case somebody did come off the street and we're being in a place where they're not supposed to be, if that makes sense. Look at this. This is going into the square. Look at the detail. This is absolutely spot on. Perfect. Again, you can get them in 4, 5, and 8 megapixel cameras. You can get them, of course, day, night vision. You can get them with or without a light on. And you're going, well, how do I pick that? That's what I do. I come to you and I pick it. Now, here's the blessing of it. When you buy it from us, you get a 2-year on-site warranty, regardless. We do Georgia, some South Carolina, a little bit of North Carolina, Florida. All those areas are covered by this, and we only go as far as we can go to make sure that we can service you. So one more time, there is my phone number. The idea behind that is the estimate is free. I will come out here and we can pick this grid. And this is a really big grid, and not everybody's going to have this, but I have facilities that have 100+ cameras. I have them with 70, and if you go out to my house, you have 4. And so we kind of do the whole match. The idea behind that is we literally only sell the best of the possibly best to make sure you get what your hard-earned money is buying. So here we are, safe and sound, and Ken's, this is what we do. All right, in the world of amplifiers, we do Rockford Fosgate, we do all the Sundown products. We are loaded up, sound cubed. This is Trinity. Trinity is a very big bass amplifier company. This is a 3,000 watt amplifier. They make a 3,000, a 5,000, all the way up to 8,000. But here's the deal: what you need to know. This is 3,000 watts mono block amplifier, built-in EQ. Are you ready for this? This is $400 for 3,000 watts of power, and it's 1 ohm stable. So when you come in to Macon and Warner Robins, if it's just big power and you're saying I want to stay on a budget, listen, we warranty it in-house. That's the blessing to you. It's not like you're buying from .com, but you get 3,000 watts for $400. Awesome. All right, in the world of turntables, record players, we have a lot of folks that have albums and stuff stacked up. Me too. Because us old schoolers, we want to listen to our albums. Albums just have a different sound, in my opinion. But in the world of that, we carry 2 different ones. We carry one that is more towards the affordable side, which is Sony, $249, as you see it here now playing. Listen to this. It has Bluetooth built in. What is it? Why do I need Bluetooth in my turntable? Because it will connect to whatever you have that has a Bluetooth input. So from this sound bar right here, where I can Bluetooth from my phone, my music, I can Bluetooth this turntable with no cables to my existing Bluetooth module in a receiver, or it can be on a sound bar. That is absolutely fascinating to me. The $249. Come with me this way. So when you go to the next step of that, You go to Victrola, right? This is Victrola, a very, very high end. This is going to be about $800 in a carbon fiber arm, absolutely top notch. Here is the blessing of this. Of course, obviously, more weighted, more quality, but listen to this. It has a Sonos port built into it. So I can take this, and with an Ethernet port, I can run this through my Sonos in my house. I may have 1 zone, 2 zone, 10 zones of Sonos, outdoor zone. I can put a record on inside and add it to my Sonos music from my phone, and now I can play my record right through my Sonos. So they actually have taken a very modern streaming device and incorporated it in analog, so you can listen to your album. So $799, Victrola, best of the best. I just think it is awesome. All right, 2008 Bentley Continental GT. Now, listen, you have two options when you're in this car. You can ride around listening to the amazing V12 motor that's out there. Hold on. So awesome. Or you can ride around listening to your radio in your 2008 Bentley Continental GT. Here's the good and the bad news. The good news is the V12 sounds amazing, but the factory radio that came in this thing is zilch, zada, nothing. Terrible, to say the very least. Now, there's the blessing. That's where we come in to save the day. Look at this. So this mounting kit is made for this. So the factory radio has this outer black plastic piece. So this new trim piece fits in here. It even has the indentions for the wood. I mean, it's perfect the way it fits, right? And we put in Sony's newest ES4000, which this is a AM, FM, Bluetooth. I got a microphone up here, right? There's my microphone. And it also has a factory backup camera. Check this out. I'll move this out of the way. So when I put this in reverse, there's my backup camera that shows, which this car did not have from the factory, which is super, super nice. Look at this. Now, another thing is, look at this. It connects to my phone wirelessly. I don't have to have the cords unless I choose to plug it in to charge it. It will let me have Android Auto or Apple CarPlay. Now, what is CarPlay and Android Auto? As you'll see right here, there's all my phone stuff built in. All my apps are built in. It's so easy to use. And it's just nice. I can pull up my maps, anything and everything from my phone without having my phone in the hand, which we know is illegal anyway. Super, super easy to use. Guess what else? In the 2008 Bentley Continental GT, it had factory steering wheel controls. And yes, we have programmed those to work just like it did on the factory, but now you have good sound. We kept the factory speakers, but listen how good just changing the radio in this vehicle sounds. Let me give you a little sound bite. The highs are way up here. Good bass, the factory stuff still play. Man, that's amazing. That's nuts and that's crazy. Again, factory speakers from a 2008 Bentley with our new radio with a 200 watt amp built into it, and it sounds amazing. So it fits like factory. Now, this is a very tedious vehicle to work on. A very expensive car, of course, and so the idea behind it, we have to take it apart, and there's many adapters to plug into this where we don't cut into the wires. There's another blessing. When he decides to sell his 2008 Bentley Continental GT, guess what? All the factory radio stuff will plug right back in and fit back in the dash in case the next guy doesn't have a problem with it sounding really bad. But he may say, I really just want a factory radio, and you could put that back in here. We've not modified anything on the vehicle to keep it Bentley-esque, if that's the right word. So end of the day, aftermarket radio fits in this Bentley. It sounds incredible. Factory steering wheel controls, backup camera. He can even do satellite radio for just $149. So Bentley, Sony, Kens, this is what we do. All right, in the arena, we do sell color televisions. So I always make that joke. My pastor always says that. In the world of TVs, we carry Sony and Samsung and a little bit of LG. In that arena, they're going to be anywhere from 22-inch all the way up to 98 and 99, even 100-inch now from Sony. When you come in, we try to have the pick of the litter, if they will, stuff that gives you the most bang for your buck, but we don't jeopardize in the quality side. TVs are going to be anywhere from $200 all the way up to I won't even say that other number because it might scare you. So, but the idea is you want to come in and pick them out. They're going to have smart features. They're going to be 4K, provided that you have internet. But here's the blessing. I know that you can buy TV anywhere. You can go to Amazon. You can go to Best Buy. I get all that. The blessing is I'm the same price as them. So when you go to .com on Sony, I'm the same price as them, but I have service. Since 1978, when you buy something from us, if it has an issue, we literally are the manufacturer's warranty station for this area. I don't send it off. None of that has to happen, which is the blessing. That's why I've had a relationship with Sony since 1978. Of course, I was only 10 years old then, but my dad had a relationship at that time, and Samsung since about 1998, LG since about 1994. And that's not a bragging thing for me. It's just telling you that I have the backup and the actual technicians if there's an issue. When you buy one of our plans, we have a platinum and a gold plan, which gives you 2 years all the way up to even 5 years. when something goes bad, you get one on the wall to borrow it in case it was, before the football game or something. Or let's say it just gets hit by lightning and you don't do that claim on your lighting. Guess what? We give you a new one. That's what the customer care plan, the gold and the platinum, buys you for that. And that's the reason since 1978 we've been doing just that. Serving you with the best brands in the business. We got them in Macon and Warner Robins. This is what we do. All right, this seemingly looks like a mess, but it's not a mess. We just have 4 projects in here at the same time. This golf cart here, you can see right here, this is a Rhino lined box that we built in. This is a vent ported box that'll give us a tremendous amount of big bass. But look at this, it's very, very unique how we did this little design here. Our guys got in here. There's your subwoofer that can vent up here. There's our vented enclosure right here. And it's Rhino line so it can handle weather, and it's an all-weather marine type speaker. We're doing a head unit, speakers, big amplifier, big power. This is just, again, looks like a mess to you, looks like artwork to us. I'm gonna walk you over here, check this out. On the other side over here, this is a 2008 Mustang GT. And I'm gonna let you come to this side right here, David, and I'll go to the other side and talk to you. The idea behind this is we're trying to make this a show vehicle, a demo vehicle with absolutely mind-numbing amount of bass. And we're gonna do 6 10-inch subs right here. Check this out. Humongous power, giant amplifiers, giant power, giant cable, mids and highs right now. Again, this looks like a mess to you, but this is the canvas that will be 6 10-inch subs in the back seat of an '08 Mustang GT. Again, this is going to be a show car, demo car for us. Now, coming back up here, the idea behind this is when folks have these ideas of what they want to do. Again, we've got an F350 that's got a bed full of subs that I'm going to show you very, very soon. From one end to the back is just completely bass. Probably one of the hardest hitting subwoofers that we've ever heard. Chris said it's probably one of the biggest systems he's ever done. That's our lead guy. When you come in, you sit down with these guys, and then y'all dream up your system. I've got an Acura Integra that's getting over 5,000 watts being put in it right now, and some of you are going, that's just crazy. It's not crazy. We all go through these phases. I just never got out of mine yet. But the idea is we can custom build anything you want. We can do door panels, center consoles. You guys with your muscle cars and classic cars, we can go front to end with those as well, and we team up with local upholstery shops to make sure that it can match and pull it all together. If you decide, hey, I want to have everything I have in my vehicle and not fill up my trunk, we can build subwoofers in the sides. You've seen us do that. I want a wall of woofers like this. I don't care if I have any room for people. Bada bing, bada bang, we can do that as well. And we also do prefab type boxes, stuff that you can do it yourself if you choose to do that. The idea behind that is both of our shops are turnkey, right? So we carry all of the cables, all of the boxes, all the supplies you need, all the amplifiers with the best names in the business. So proof right here that if you can dream it, it can be done at Ken's. This is what we do. We are in Statesboro, Georgia at Statesboro Primitive Baptist Church. This is our big church. You've probably seen a cutaway of the outside. Now, we did their sanctuary, full HD streaming, full digital sound, I mean the best of everything across. Then we did an overflow here. You see the giant screen that we have there. That's an overflow, so if they have an overflow from a marriage or a funeral, or if they just want to have an event in here, they can do that. The idea, though, is they had sound. You're seeing a cutaway of the absolutely horrific speakers. They were on the ledge up there that had no reason to be up there, firing up into it was just crazy. Not done by us. Anyway, so our team came in today, and we decided to kind of get them up and running. Now, we're using their amplifier. I'm going to give you a demo in just a second, but let me give you an idea what it is. These are Sanctuary 15-inch two-way speakers. These have about 2,000 watts of power, and they're what they call long throw. Why are they long throw? Because I need you to see how long this fellowship hall is. My fellowship hall holds 54 people. This probably holds 300 people. And the idea behind that is I have to have plenty of sound dispersed. We originally had 4 on the ticket, but 2 easily did it, and it saved them a bunch of money. You're seeing this right here. You can kind of probably see it right there. Those are the monitors. They had a bunch of monitors on the floor right here, floor monitors, but they needed sound, but they needed room for people and kids and anything they're doing. You can see the monitors there. So we put these speakers here, and those JBLs are firing, and they use this literally 2 speakers feeds this entire stage up with sound. So now they have monitors up in the air, their mains up in the air, and their whole stage is clean and a simple sound. When I hit this play on this demo, I want you to listen to the clarity of this volume. Go ahead and hit play for me. Listen to this, unbelievable. When my strength is failing, it's not even crazy loud, but it is perfection. When I'm on the stage, I can hear the stage. It's a separate game for the bass. Feel that bass. There's no powered sub in here. Huge sound, plenty. That is what it's supposed to be, folks, right there. That's the reason we placed it the way we placed it there. The way we placed it there is for this. This thing. There's my phone number. That was a quick pause. But there's my phone number. I will come down and see. Here we are in Statesboro, a couple hours from where we are. We come down a couple of times to design the system. And originally we had a budget here, and we got it way down in budget, but they didn't lose any quality, and they have on-site service from Ken's. The reason my phone number comes up is the estimate is free. We literally started in their sanctuary, and now we're in their fellowship hall. Next, we'll have security throughout. I mean, that's what we do in what we do. So again, the blessing of this is huge sound, stays in budget, and on-site service. This is what we do. Hey, thank you. Thank you for watching our show. I really appreciate your time. I know that to give anything 30 minutes is a really, really big deal, but I'm grateful for that. I want to just remind you of a couple things. Here is my social media. This is everything that we do with Instagram and Facebook and YouTube, and we're changing those out constantly, daily specials constantly. The idea behind following those things is just it'll give you ideas when you get onto one of your projects, or you can just see how smart some folks out there that really do employ us, let us do some crazy stuff. Now, we do car audio, we do buses and RVs and ATVs and side-by-sides. We do security cameras, which you've obviously seen proof of that quite often. We are really deep into that now. We do a lot of houses of worship. We love doing the churches, a very big deal. We do turnkey theaters. We do TVs over the, I'm sure you've seen pictures as I'm saying all this, TVs over the fire. We really have just an unbelievable crew of men and women that do what they do to serve you. They're educated people, so please know that these are not fly-by-nights and not working out of the garage, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I have made steady to make sure these folks stay educated, to make sure that they can serve you in the best possible way. My brother and my phone number that comes up right here. Very big deal right here. The reason I want you to have that is I want you to call or text us when somebody does something great, right? If somebody doesn't do something great, or maybe if I make a goof, which I did last month, and y'all corrected me, and I'm so grateful for the client that told me that because I just didn't realize it. But just let us know that so we can reward those folks that are doing a good thing, and we can discipline the folks that aren't doing a good thing. We are 25 plus strong in the employees, lots of work vehicles and all that. And I don't say that to brag. I say that because everybody has a specific job here. Nobody walks through our company and says, that's not my job. They know it's their job to make sure we do what? That we serve you. Now, I bring this up to bring you, in the Bible in Proverbs 14:30, it says, a tranquil heart gives life to the flesh, but envy makes the bones rot. What that means is so oftentimes, we are looking at someone else's life as a guide for our own life. That is not how God built us. God says, I'll give you a little and see what you do with that, and that'll lead to giving you a lot to see what you do with that. He wants to know that we are grateful for all positions. Here's my life. I've been in some really deep valleys and some really high mountaintops, and I know that God has been with me for both. But I can tell you right now, until I started praising Him in my valleys, He was no way going to let me get to a mountaintop. And if that hurts in your gut, that means it's right. Thank you for watching our show. Come see us at Ken's in Macon, and we're rise. In a Psalm in 14:30, what it says is, it says that, I forget what I was going to say.
It's okay. You can pick it up there because we'll
It's
be on the
Proverbs
graphic.
too, by the way.
Okay.
Ready? Get back it up. Ready?
Yeah.
If you give us about 10 minutes at the button, is 10 minutes too long for us to be done? Does it say anything about memory in here?
Yeah.
Proverbs 14:30. Ready, set, tranquil heart gives back to. Okay. Ready, set, go. In the Bible, in Proverbs 14:30, it says, a tranquil heart gives life to the. Come on, ready, set, go. In the Bible, in Proverbs, ready, set, go. In the Bible, in Proverbs 14:30, it says, a tranquil heart gives life to the flesh.
We've never had bloopers on scripture.
Seriously, golly, man. Mike Jones here with Ken's, and if it's for your ride, we've got it in stock. Best brands in the business: Rockford Fosgate, Alpine, Soundcube, JL Audio, just to name a few, plus Middle Georgia's only on-site, in-store service since 1978. Come see us at Ken's in Macon and Warner Robins.